Hello, Loose Uncle Jim, and today we are going to test out a scope with broken crosshairs to see if it holds zero. So, six-shooter Texan recently got a Glenfield 22 bolt action, and he was trying different scopes he had laying around, and he put one of these on it temporarily. And that gave me an idea because I had two of these in the cabinet that I pulled off of something. And so today we're going to mount the broken one and see if it holds zero. And I'll show you what it looks like in the crosshairs. So I have two of them. One's in really good shape, but it doesn't have the Bushnell Caps logo. It's got the certified marking here. I can't read what this says anymore. And I'm not sure if it's Chinese or older Japanese glass. I can't remember how old these are. They're 3 to 9. And as I recall, they weren't that bad, when it was on something. This is the one we're testing today. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the rings on it. So I'm going to put some cheap, easy to install rings on it for now. And you can see that this one is pretty messed up. Scratches. Look at the abuse this guy has taken. All right, you can't even read the sport view on there anymore. It does have a B for the Bushnell. Let's see if this is, oh my gosh. A gorilla put this on there. Okay. Screwdriver, imagine half-inch clicks. Oh, it says 1/4 at 100 yards. Okay. So let me clean them real quick, and then we'll put it on a rifle and see what happens. These are handy. I think I got this from Meg when he came over. It's a little scope brush because they're really dusty. And they're nice to get the dust off without scratching up your lenses. So we'll do that. And then I like to use some cleaner for your glasses. It's kind of like an alcohol type deal and a little soft cloth here. So I'll clean them up and then we'll look down and see the crosshairs and show you what we're up against. This should be fun. Okay, this is probably the best I can do on the desk. Let me, there you go. See how that right crosshair is sticking up above the other? It's broken right there in the middle. Maybe I can get a better view outside, but you guys get the idea. Okay, that was hard to show the severity on camera, so I did a little crappy drawing here. The crosshairs are fat and then they're skinny in the middle. And the right side here is on 9 power. It's about a 1/16 of an inch higher than the left side. But I figure if this works, I can use this as a mil dot. So, or if you have a small target, you can go right in between. I don't know. Anyway, let's see if it holds zero, even though it's broken and severely scratched up. It looks to me like these rings, this scope just slid right off the rings under recoil of something. Look at that. But let's see if it still kicks. And right here you have the Bushnell quality certification. We shall see. Okay, I did a super quickie mount here because it's coming right back off, but we're going to try it on the Savage MK2, the little 22 rifle that came with a threaded barrel. The rings aren't right. This ring should be back here, but when I had them loose and put it on there, I had my eye relief perfect, so I'm like, hell with it. I'm just going to tighten her down right there because I had to move the scope back a little. So this poor scope was treated like a red-headed stepchild. Not only is it scratched tip to toe from the rings, but the lock ring for the focus was on there so tight I had to use these Knipex soft jaws. And if you don't have a pair of these are awesome for anything round you don't want to scratch. There's no way I could have gotten that off with my fingers or got it loose. And whoever owned this thing doesn't have a clue. So where this one here looks brand new, I don't know where either one of these came from, probably takeoffs. This looks brand new. And then this one looks like it was dragged behind a truck. All right, so I'm going to use the Liberty TL, my big 22 can for rifles, and let's see what happens. Okay, this is day 2 because my audio sucked, so I had the bright idea of turning the camera around so the microphone's towards me. And yesterday I didn't use a bipod and I was just squirming. So yesterday I shot a CCI standard vel, and I'll show you a target in the corner there at 70 yards. And those targets were all weathered and shot up. So I put fresh targets out there at 70. And today I'm using a Wolf Match target. When it first came out, it was 12 bucks a brick. I think it's made by someone else now. And so I got to lube up the barrel a little bit with this ammo and shoot it at close range. Now, so far the scope has been holding 0, even though it's beat to hell. And I wonder if he took the, hang on. Oh, no, I'm gonna aim it this way. I wonder if he took the back of the glass off because it's foggy. And the other scope that looks really nice, that's actually way clearer than this one. So I have to set this at 4 power at this range just so I can barely, the target's really fuzzy. And if I go up, I can't even focus the thing. So it's not gonna be a keeper scope, it's just too foggy. The other one's okay. I'm going to put that on this. And then I'll test that out. All right, that's grouping pretty good. I just want to get the wax on the wolf to start finding itself. And I like the bipod much better. So hopefully we'll shoot better today. I think I just see one hole. The other thing is I slapped these rings on real quick and I thought I had the right eye relief. I don't. I have to really choke up on it. And the shorts, the stock is short to begin with. If you have one of these, you know what I'm talking about. It needs a cheek riser. Oh, come on. It needs a cheek riser. My son will make one out of Kydex or something. Okay, one more and then we'll go at 70. But yeah, this scope is toast. The other one looks really good. Ooh, we got a ricochet. All right, let's see what that looks like. I know I jerked the last one. Okay, that's a 1-inch square. I jerked the last one. It should be all one hole. But we're still lubing it up. You got to get about 10 rounds through when you change ammo. Okay, so we're gonna shoot at 70 now. We got 5 shots of lube after a boar snake. Hopefully that's good enough. Another thing about this particular scope is the focus is so touchy. I really had to play with it, and I turned it up to 7 because 9 is just, it's just terrible. So we got 7 power here, and when I turn the focus, on the back of the scope here, it's like wobbly. So it's really been hammered on or something. It's just terrible. But it's still serviceable. The other one is much better. I'll have to put that on and test that and see if I like that one on here. So instead of going after the big dot, I'm going to go after one of the 1-inch squares out there and put it where the crosshair is broken so I can see it. So I'll shoot at the left side of the, well, of the corner, I guess. All right. Now, another thing is, it's been driving me nuts, is I'm using this cheap bipod on the spotting scope. If I touch the spotting scope to focus, it just goes everywhere, and I'm not on target anymore. So I won't touch that. Wow, that hit right where I aimed it. All right, that's good. So as far as the broken scope goes, it still holds 0. You could use it in an emergency. You had nothing, and apocalypse, you had to use it. All right, let's see if I can do that again. That one's in the middle of this 1-inch square. I like the rifle. It's just got a kid stock on it, you know, for kids. So maybe we'll extend it. I've seen some 3D printed things for these and put a cheek weld on it. I'm having a hard time with my cheek weld because it's higher up. So that's a major factor. I can tell by the groups. Yeah, that one went left. I shot better yesterday with CCI, but I had it on 9 power and really foggy. At least I can see the little squares this time. And I was going at a bigger target. All right, cheek weld. I have to kind of remember how I'm aiming, because I'm aiming. Yeah, we're kind of walking around. That's not very good. Maybe we'll try another square. All right, we should be out. Yep. All right, two are in the same hole, but I wandered right and left, so that's probably, it's bad. It's bad. I'm gonna try one more square. All right. Okay, so I put the other scope on that's in better condition, and it's night and day. No funky focus issues. It's not foggy. I might even leave it on here. It's way better. I moved the scope back a little bit, and luckily the rings were still in the notches, so it was easy to put on there. And I just sighted it in on the swinger. It was shooting low, and now I think I got it pretty good. So let's try this again with a better scope. Okay, this is way better. The one in good condition, I might leave on here. I can see everything, no focusing issues. I can go to 3x9 easy. So I'm gonna shoot one more at the swinger and make sure we're sighted in good enough. Okay, so I walk 2 up, and there's three in a little group there. All right, now what do I aim at out here? I might go at that big sticker in the middle because I can see All right, sandbags. All right. I can see the scope much better. Maybe, well, I'm gonna go at the bottom square, and I can actually put it right on that 1-inch square now and see it. All right. Okay. Not a bad quickie sight in because it's just on the right of that square. Almost touching it. All right. And I don't even have to use the spotting scope. They're almost touching. Huge difference. Huge. Okay. That was definitely me. All right, that one's in the square. Didn't have my cheek weld right. Let's see where that went. There are 3 right almost touching, and that one just went in the same hole as another. Same hole as the second shot. Just work on my cheek weld. I got to put a little pad on here. All right, that's night and day. Oh, hell yeah. I'm leaving that on there. That's a nice group. That was a fast sight in too. Let me see if I can touch the spotting scope without the bipod going wacky on me. It's so wobbly. Come on, get me focused here. The scope is clearer than the spotting scope right now. Yeah, that's let me look through the scope. I get this out of the way. That is really nice. I got 4 in the same really tight group. All right. I had that one flyer that hit the square, but I wasn't looking through this scope like square on because this baby needs a cheek weld. I'm going to leave this on here, put a little Kydex cheek weld on there, maybe extend the stock so it's for more adults. And I'm a happy camper. It looks good on here too. Okay, so this one passed the test as far as holding 0 with broken crosshairs. As long as the crosshairs aren't moving inside, you can shoot it that way. However, everything else was wrong on this, other than the clicks. The clicks were fine, audible, just like this one. But you couldn't shoot this at short or far range without the focus. Every time you adjusted your magnification, you had to play with this and just screw it, and it's all wobbly, and this thing lost its gas. It looks like looking through a really dirty, foggy window. But if it was in good shape like this and had one broken crosshair, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's kind of weird, like lining up on one side, but it worked. But it's been too abused. But this one I might leave on here. It's small. I do like adjustable parallax though. However, I could see everything out there at 70, no problem. And when I cranked the magnification, I didn't have to touch the focus at all. So this one's fine. And I imagine it can take a beating after I've seen what happened to this thing. So I might leave it on here. A little bit lower rings, and I definitely need a little cheek riser to stick on here. So just something right here that we just stick on there, extend the stock a little bit, I'm avoiding buying a stock because I wanted to keep this on the cheap. Brand new, they're 200 threaded barrel, 16-inch, nice bolt knob, nice trigger, except for the flap on the trigger. I can't stand the flap on the trigger. But you gotta deal with it and leave it there because that's how they work. Hope you found this somewhat interesting. Sorry, I lost the sound on the first day, so I decided, hey, let's just salvage the video and shoot it again. It didn't care which ammo I shot, but it did care which scope, especially, actually, at close range even. So, I mean, you saw that target at close range with this, and it was so fuzzy, you couldn't get, and I was doing that at 70 out there with this. So it does help to be clear. Hope you found this interesting. Until next time.